was the 1990s, a big show in a small town off I-75 in Georgia. They were called the biggest cocks in the henhouse. But things have changed since then. It's been 30 years, and they finally found a home here, like everyone else, doing a podcast. It's Erica and Mark, the phone call podcast thing.
Hello, who's this? What's going on? What time is it? Who are you?
Hello?
Hey, Mark, how are you, buddy? Is it, what did we name? We renamed the podcast last week, did we not?
Wait
or did
a minute.
I dream
No, we
that?
did, but wait, I gotta, on
What?
Tuesday nights I go to a meeting. Do I need to invite you to a meeting?
Oh,
Are you on a
yeah, I
crack?
guess I'm a little jacked up. I am a little jacked up
What are
right
you
now.
on?
Yeah, I just had a little shot in my knee. I got a steroid shot in my knee. So I'm fine. So if I come across as a little crass today, or I speak out of turn any worse than normal, like you beating on the desk right now, which is reverberating right into the microphone like a total stiff.
I was dumb enough to eat a little piece of bacon before I started to call you, and now my throat's dry.
And it's full of salt. It's full of salt. All right, I'm going to drink a drink. Let's both drink water together. Here we go. Just like the old days. Oh, yeah. Now, maybe you need a meeting. Huh?
Yes, I do. Plenty of meetings.
No, I am just, I can't believe that a shot from a big needle into my knee has affected my entire, I slept like 4.5 hours last night. I got up at 5:30 this morning. And then 7 o'clock, as soon as the sun comes up, I'm riding my bike 15 miles. And then that wasn't enough. So at 7:45, I'm outside washing my car by hand in the hot. So then, yeah, so I'm washing my entire car, vacuuming the interior, doing the wheels, getting every speck of it clean. And then I look up, I'm like, oh, it's 9 o'clock. I should probably have gone to work a half hour ago. Let me go take a quick shower and then go to the computer and get everything done in record time.
At 7:45, I'm starting to yawn and say, I should probably get my day started.
Ooh, man, I know what Adderall must be like. I am starting to think maybe I could use a little Adderall to focus me. And then, now I did crash at about 12:30, 1:45. But I was already done with most everything. And I'm just like, I'm just going to lay down for a minute. And I slept for an hour.
That was your lunch break, huh?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I already ate everything the rest of the morning, so I wasn't super hungry because I had a bunch of potato chips and a meatball, giant leftover meatball.
So it doesn't curb your appetite, the speedball you did?
No, I'm hungry right now just thinking about it, and I'm waiting for our one listener, Chris, to come over. She gets off of work early, and we're going to go get Chinese food. And I'm going to get the dinner portion, baby. I'm going to get soup. I'm going to get a fried dumpling.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know what else I'm going to get. I might get 2 meals. We might go to 2 restaurants and do the Bang Bang. Are you familiar with the Bang Bang? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I'm married, so I am familiar with the Bang Bang.
No, that's a different thing. No. This was on Louis C.K.'s
okay.
show. I think it was Bob Kelly who played his brother on the show, and they were sitting there. They had this big, frickin' fattening Italian meal, and Eddie and Louis like, oh God, I think I want to throw up. And Bob Kelly looks at him and says, "You know what we should do?" And Louis says, "Oh God, no, we're not doing it. Let's do the Bang Bang." No. And the Bang Bang is where you have one full meal, and then you get up and you go straight to another restaurant and have another full meal.
Wow.
That's the Bang Bang, and that's what I'm going to want to do
today. At 280 pounds, I never even tried to do that.
See, you missed out on that.
Yeah, that's fat. That's fat fun.
Yeah. Oh, I've gained. I'm not sure how much weight I've gained in the last couple of days. I don't even want to look.
No. So when did you start getting these shots?
Don't want to look. This is like my third one, and I haven't had one for a while. And, the doctor said, just call me when you can't take it anymore. And a couple of weeks ago, I was like, okay, I can't take it anymore.
No PT then, huh?
And he said,
no physical therapy?
Oh, no. I have bone on bone,
okay.
knee. There's no physical. Yeah, the thing he told me, he's like, well, it's a good thing that you don't run or jog. I'm like, yeah? He's like, the bike's probably best for you. And I said, yeah, I favor my left leg when I ride the bike. And he said, yeah, I'm looking at your x-ray here. I can see why.
Oh, boy.
So I went to my dentist the other day, and we were talking about it. And the dentist had his knee replaced, and he and I have known each other for 30 years. And my dentist says, I said, so when do I get my knee replaced? And he said, well, my doctor said, just keep getting the shot until you can't stand it anymore, and then we'll replace your knee. And I'm like, man, I'm too young to be getting my knee replaced. He's like, you have arthritis. It's not your fault. It's just arthritis.
But to my understanding, when you get like, there's a lady that I know from church that she's like 10 years younger than me. I mean, 10 years older than me, and like she hardly makes it anymore. And she had a knee replaced. Like I think as the older you get, I think that therapy is like really, really rough on you. Like getting back and walking. So you might want to do it now while you still can.
I might want to do it now while I still have insurance, is what you mean, before the entire world. Yeah, I've been seriously thinking about it, but I'm thinking to myself, you're 50 years old. You can't be doing that.
I put off my shoulder for almost 6 months, and I wish I didn't. Now I can. I can't stand up now and show you, but you know how you go do at ease. Okay.
Yeah.
I can. My left arm, I can do that. The right arm drops right above my where the tramp stamp should be.
I've had that shoulder problem. Yeah,
I can't move it any further up. I can put a belt on now after physical therapy, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And man, it's
pain. I tore a rotator cuff when I was in my probably mid 30s. And that was about a year and a half of getting better. It took that long before I could actually do this again without. It hurt so bad. I'll never forget. I was in the doctor's office and we were talking about it. He's looking at my whatever it was, X-ray or whatever, and he said, "Oh yeah, what did you do?" So I told him that I was lifting. I was taking a hard drive out of a rack, like a big array of hard drives, and I don't even know what that thing weighed. It had to be 100 pounds or more, and it was higher than me, and I should have had two people. But I'm like, oh, I could do anything. I'm 35. What could possibly go wrong? And when I pulled it out of there, it was way heavier than I thought it was going to be, and I tore something over here on my left side in my shoulder. And it just got worse and worse. And when I was at the doctor's office, and he said, "Okay, I want you to tell me how hard it hurts on one to scale of 1 to 10." He starts lifting my arm up, and I was like, "Ow, ow, ow, 10, 10," as he got it halfway up, and then he kept lifting.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh God!" And I put it back down. I was like, "Ah," and I was so dizzy from the pain. So he's like, "All right, come on, get up, and we'll sit over here." So I hop up, and I'm walking out of the room with him and the nurse. One is on each side of me, and I passed out. I was walking on my feet, and I passed out. And I wake up in a chair, and I'm like, what the hell happened? Where am I? And then the doctor's just like, there you are. And I said, what happened? I said, what did you do to me? How does this happen? And he said, well, you apparently had a little more pain than you were telling me. I said, I told you it was a 10, and I don't tell anybody that pain is a 10. Normally a pain that's a 10 is like a 6 to me. And I said, and he said, well, what happens is your blood pressure drops as a kind of a fight or flight mechanism that's in your body, and you just passed out. I'm like, oh, so my heart stopped, is what you're saying. My heart stopped for a second, and I just passed out. So am I going to be okay? Oh, yeah, you'll be fine. You should probably call somebody to give you a ride home, though. And I'm like, what?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's I was told a long time ago that as you start getting into your 50s and more, you'll start feeling all the things that you just played through. Remember? You played through the pain.
Yeah, everything comes back to
haunt you. Through the pain. Get up, shake it off. Shake it off.
Rub dirt in it and take a lap.
Take a lap. Yeah. Run until I get tired, they say. As they're sitting there on the golf cart watching you. So, right. Speaking of physical fitness, what is this? You won a physical fitness award.
Yes, I did in 1975.
Okay, now 1975, very, very aware of 1975. I was in 1975, I think I was a sophomore in high school.
I was in third grade.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. I was in Mrs. Stifler's class. I remember very well.
Stifler's mom?
It's not just right. No, this one wasn't hot. This is the Mrs. Stifler who I used to talk in class a lot. Bit of a disruption, And she took me out in the hallway once, and she was beating my ass with a ping pong paddle. And she hit me so hard, she broke the ping pong paddle into it. It just went flying down the hall in pieces. She was hitting me so, and I couldn't really. I'll never forget it. And I just started laughing.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah. I was like, "Is that the best you got?"
It's amazing because I could not, for the life of me, climb the rope hanging from the gym rafter. No.
I couldn't climb the rope either, but that was not
wasn't part of it?
A requirement. Yeah, I know I couldn't do that.
See, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Now, did you have to hang or did you have to do pull-ups? 5 pull-ups. At least 5, right?
Pull-ups.
Yeah,
pull-ups. Yeah. Pull-ups
I was able to do pull-ups.
I was a skinny kid.
Yeah, me too. But it was like, for whatever reason, I did not have I could climb a tree, but I could not climb a rope.
Exactly. I'd climb a tree all day, but the manual dexterity that it took to operate your legs and your hands, they didn't tell you how to do it either. They were like, here's a rope, climb it. And I'm like, well, how do I do that? Aren't you a gym teacher?
And some kids will be like shimmying it, and they could get right up there and they ring the bell. And since I was able to ring the bell, never got a physical fitness award.
Those people either all went to the military or to jail. That's my theory.
I wonder if I could buy one from like a Salvation Army or something, or like a Goodwill.
I think that bell has been rung, and you probably shouldn't. If you just want to ring a bell, you don't need to climb a rope.
I just want to buy. I want to buy the patch so I could say.
Oh, I thought you meant the bell.
I saw you had that. I said, "Dang, how's it?" Oh, oops! That must have been loud.
Hey, see again.
I was just throwing a tantrum. I was like, "Dang it! How did Erica get a fitness award and I did not?"
I
was
got
a nerd,
it, and I didn't climb the rope.
Kid stuff. Everybody could do kid stuff. Even nerds know how to do kid stuff.
I had lots of energy. Yes.
You may not have been great at it, but you could do it.
And what Mark is talking about that he did not explain in any way because he thinks everybody can read his mind is I actually logged into Facebook today and I was like, oh, look at that. I haven't posted on there in like a year. I should probably change. So I changed my big background picture in my profile from, I think it was the Steelers home opening game I found a picture of from years ago. And I changed it to the presidential seal of physical fitness. And that made you excited. So I've seen me post on Facebook again.
It made me mad.
Why? Because I
never got one. I could never climb the rope. And how did
I still have that patch? And I thank President Ford for that patch and for motivating me. Because
Ford had a hard time, man. He kept bumping his head all the time. And tripping a lot.
Oh, man. Squeaky Frome tried to shoot him. He'd fall down the stairs all the time. Guy had He was possibly our most amusing president.
He made a lot of jokes on Saturday Night Live.
He did. He was the first. I don't really remember Nixon. I remember when there was a big presidential scandal, and I only remember President Ford because our milkman drove a Ford truck, and I was like, oh, like the president, because that's how young I was. I wasn't some dope smoking high school kid like other people.
1975, yes, I would have been. I would have been in a haze.
Yeah, I didn't know what marijuana was.
You know what? I never thought about that. By 1975, I might not have been able to do anything that was on a president's physical. Or no, I might have been able to do it, but just getting enough energy to do it, man.
You know, you can go onto eBay and buy one of those patches.
It's okay. Hanging out, man.
I think I might buy one of those patches and sew it onto a hat. that would be. I'm going
to put on my bike vest, my motorcycle vest.
Oh yeah, because you're still in a gang, right? Did you get a new gang, or are you still in that Mexican gang? Because once you're in, you're in for life.
I got beat. I got blood in, blood out.
Can you bleed out of a gang like that?
Yes.
Really? How do you do that? You have to divorce the Mexican?
Yes,
is that what
that's how you do
it? Sorry, Mark, you are no comprende with us.
You're no longer in.
You had a good time, but now we got to turn our backs on you. How do you say back in Spanish? El Baco?
I don't know. I only know like a few curse words that I was called, and that's about it.
How the hell were you in a Mexican biker gang? That's what I
don't know how it happened. It just kind of happened.
Man. So
well, the bottom line was, it's always the same with me. You start posing, and next thing you know, you're in.
I think what happened is, I think the truth of it all is, Mark was too cheap to buy a car. And he had this motorcycle. He was like, I'm just going to ride the motorcycle. And then next thing he knows, he's in a gang.
No, remember I got my car repossessed.
That's what
I had
happened.
a Volvo. That got repossessed, but I was allowed one form of
Right.
transportation. So I kept my, what was it, a 2007 Dyna at the time.
Right.
And I was allowed to keep that to get to and from work.
Wait, that's a rule of bankruptcy court? It's like, well, you can keep
One vehicle.
mode of transport.
That's it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they have to. I'm surprised they didn't make me get rid of that too. But you're allowed one. You're allowed one mode. Whatever you have, vehicle and boats and all that, you have to get rid of everything. You're allowed to keep one for transportation.
Well, hold on. What if you worked on the water? Could you have kept your boat?
I just would have had to walk there.
I forgot about the walking. That wasn't going to happen for old Mark in his 40s,
It
was
was
it?
going to happen to Mark in his 30s.
And you won a presidential fitness award. Huh?
Yeah, I know. I really didn't earn it. It's the back. Nowadays, I was wondering, because I know you're younger than me, but I wasn't sure how much younger.
I'm at least
And I
10
was
years
thinking to
younger than
myself,
you.
maybe you were around when they were starting to give out prizes for just attempting to do stuff.
Yeah. No, the reason I thought of that Presidential Fitness Award was after my marathon bike ride and car washing session today. I was like, oh, I should get an award for all this. I should get a Presidential Fitness Award. That's where my mind was going after a cup of coffee and and running around like a maniac and like right at the
Yeah, I
break
was
of
thinking
dawn.
about that patch. I don't think I remember seeing it on anyone's coat or Letterman jacket, nothing like that.
No, man, we were all too cool for that. We didn't give a shit about that. We were like, oh, great, we got a patch.
For climbing, big deal.
Right? Yeah, I got a patch for not climbing a rope. I think, yeah. There was a whole litany of things you had to do in gym class, or as the kids call it, PE class
Yes.
now. And it was gym class.
Gym,
That's all it was. And we had a battle axe of a gym teacher, God rest her soul. But Mrs. Byers was the wife of the preacher at my grandparents' church. So I knew her and her husband very well from the time. I think he baptized me, actually. So she's this battle axe of a gym teacher. But she was very nice. She didn't yell at me too much, and she would let me run around. She was she and her husband thought very highly of my grandparents, which I think helped me a lot.
They were good old days.
Yeah. They were. Shit. As a matter of fact, that's probably how I got that patch. Let me go on to. You want to take a break while I go on to see if I can get a. I'll buy you a patch. Let me see if I can get a 2-pack of patches on eBay or something. That's the other thing. I have a compulsing shopping problem when I'm on this knee shot that makes me just want to buy. I've already bought new reading glasses. I have my TV. I hugged my TV in my bedroom up on the wall finally, so that's done. What else did I do? I had to order new screws for that.
Stay off the home shopping network.
Yeah, so I have to go back to the drugstore now because I bought the wrong reading glasses. They're the wrong power. So I was like, I don't want to go back over there. I'm just going to get them from, look at that. eBay or Amazon can send them to me today. Let me get those. So now I got a $40 pair of glasses that I can't see through that I got to take back. And I don't know where the receipt is. I probably threw it away.
Did you keep the, no, you probably didn't keep the sticker on it either or anything, did you?
No. Oh, no, I did. Everything is all still together, but I'm sure they'll take it back because what is it? It was either, I think it's CVS, and it's on my credit card. And that was the only thing I bought. I'm thinking about this a little too much right now.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
Presidential fitness patch.
All right, you gotta see how well you know your bands. These are bands. Right. What bands' names were before they became who they are?
Okay.
All right. Are you ready? Okay.
Yes. Oh, I have bad news, Mark. I only found one presidential fitness patch.
$30?
Patch on. No, it's $5, but there's not two, so you're not getting one.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'll have to keep an eye open in flea markets and stuff. I'm sure I can find one somewhere.
This is all part of my shopping.
I almost wonder if I
compulsion
put it on
happening.
my vest, if people would just laugh at that. Probably. I got my tails of the dragon patch. I've got my.
Oh, I forgot you're one of those people.
Got all kinds of stuff on there, but not that. But I don't. I want that president's physical. Well, you know what I should do? I should practice, climb a rope, and then go get one, because then at that point I would deserve it.
Yeah, you will have earned it. Unlike me, stolen valor is what I'm doing right now. No, I actually did have one of these when I was a kid. So I'm gonna. All right, I just hit buy now. I got a president. I'm gonna not even remember this. Whenever this shows up weeks from now, and say, "What? Why is there a presidential fitness award patch in the mail?"
They don't do that anymore, right? I don't remember seeing it anymore, right? They don't do it anymore.
I don't think so. That's a good question for the Google box.
Oh,
do they still do?
You don't talk to Cove anymore, huh?
It's way over there.
Oh, okay.
No, the presidential fitness test in its original form is no longer administered in schools. It was discontinued after the 2012-2013 school year and replaced by the Presidential Youth Fitness Program, which focuses on promoting lifelong health and fitness rather than just measuring performance against peers.
In other words, no more competition. Just
we can't have competition. Everybody needs to get a patch, or nobody gets a patch. Dude, the fat kids. None of them got patches. I know that
because
that.
There's no way in the world they were going to pull up.
No,
unless there was a
Twinkie
way, up top.
Wow, so the no longer test is used, but the concept of evaluating and promoting fitness in schools continues, which emphasizes individual progress and healthy habits. I think my daughter almost got beat up when she was in middle school for this exact thing.
I guarantee she must have been flying up the ropes.
Oh,
little circus performer.
She's that kid is a natural athlete. When they were, I think it was like the first day of middle school in 6th grade, they were assessing everybody. And they said, all right, we want to see how many sit-ups people can do. And the boys were all like, oh, I got this. And they said, what were you doing? She was like, I was just waiting for the boys, and I was kind of going slow. And then I started doing them when everybody was doing them. Then everybody's tapping out and getting tired, and I'm still going. And I said, how many did you do? And she's like, he made me quit after 100.
Good for her.
Yeah, well, I think but there was this like fat black girl that didn't like her and was threatening to beat her ass.
That happens quite a bit.
After that,
my daughter had the same problem. They must run on every bus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had to actually get her removed from the school bus, that one, because she was just she didn't even listen to anybody telling her what to do. She was determined to beat Stephanie up.
I told Dana to just out crazy her. I said, next time she says something to you, just say, go ahead, do it. I want you to, because they had a zero tolerance policy at that school. And if Dana's laying there with a fat lip and the teacher comes in, she hit me, I don't know what happened. And then that black girl gets sent off to jail school, before she gets sent off to real prison when she turns 18. You'll never see her again, honey, unless you go see her on visiting day.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm going to test you on your band knowledge.
Oh.
Okay, these are...
welcome to the BuzzFeed.
No, this is actually
program.
not for BuzzFeed. This is from Matt Peterson. And he's a big big metalhead guy. And he's on Facebook and MySpace and all those other places that I don't go to.
Metal music is the one thing that I've never really.
But these
embraced.
are not necessarily all metal bands. Okay, so the band, the first name of the band, or one of the names of the band, was Third World War.
Well, say it again. Third World
War, and this is a very, very popular rock band.
Can you tell me somebody who's in it?
That would be a definite giveaway, but I'll do it anyway. A name of the guitarist is also a name of a choice cut of meat.
Turkey, steak, pork chop, lamb chop.
Angus.
Chicken. Angus. Oh, really? AC/DC was called that?
Third World War, yes.
Huh.
No, you did not know that, huh?
No, I didn't know that. Never heard of that.
Okay, next one. Oh, this is a simple one. Alice in Chains.
Oh, instead of Alice in Chains. I didn't know that.
Civilian was the original name. Civilian.
Huh.
Audio Slave.
Never heard of that. Oh, Supergroup.
Okay, now you'll know this one. I know you'll know this one. I'm not even going to, I shouldn't even have to say this and you'll know it.
Say it.
The Young Aborigines.
The Young Aborigines. Fine young cannibals.
Oh, I thought you would know this for sure.
I don't know, man.
This is what?
No,
you and I went to go see this show. And we sat about 4 rows behind Jeff Zito.
Yes. The Beastie Boys. Yeah, I remember that night. That was a good
great show.
That's top 5 show of all time.
Not sure about this one, if you'll know this one or not. I did not. The Blackjacks.
The Black Crows.
No. Older.
No.
Older.
Who? Older than the
Way
Black
older.
Crows. The Gray Crows. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's they kept the and the first letter B. The Beatles.
Oh,
We're actually called the Blackjacks.
Right. Yeah. I did not.
Well, now
know
this is
that.
the one that'll throw you way off. This makes no sense because I can't imagine any. I just can't imagine their original name and the kind of music they used to do. Although they were kind of a hippie psychedelic band a little bit in the beginning. The Rattlesnakes. They were a hippie psychedelic band that crossed over and became disco fanatics.
Oh, yeah, you got me.
Bee
I don't know
Gees.
disco music either. Yeah, okay. You could have said a bunch of Australian
The
brothers.
Rattlesnakes. Could you imagine the Rattlesnakes?
The Rattlesnakes.
Staying alive.
Hey, everybody, we're the Rattlesnakes.
It doesn't even make sense for them. No wonder someone got a hold of it. This is a funny one.
It does make sense.
And only a higher person would come up with this one. The Polka Tulk Blues Band.
The Polka Toke Blues Band. The Climax Blues
No.
Band.
First
No.
word. The first
I
word
don't-
in their name is black. Yes.
Black Sabbath. Really? They were a polka band before Ozzy got there, huh?
So,
I believe that.
okay, this band is from the '90s, I guess. I think '90s, and it was
Okay.
originally called Duct Tape.
I have no idea. This is hard.
Blink 182.
Blink 182 was Duct Tape. Blink 182 is way better than Duct Tape.
Now
That's
you'll know
stupid.
this one. I knew this one.
Okay. Yep.
Naked Toddler.
Naked Toddler.
Yeah, you know this one.
The babies.
It's one word. They're considered. People think they're a Christian rock band, but they're really just a rock band full of Christians. The lead singer left,
King's
and now he
X.
just came back, and they're touring. Yes.
Creed. Yes. You know, I saw them in Orlando right as when their first album came out. And that was right before they got famous. We saw them in a bar in Orlando. And we were all just standing there with our mouths hanging open because, like, who in the hell is this band? They were amazing live. Amazing.
Yeah, we went to. I saw them
never
at the
forget it.
Pyramid. Remember the old Pyramid in Memphis?
Never been to Memphis.
The Pyramid was a big. Well, it was shaped like a pyramid. It was where the football.
Oh yeah, it was that building. Yeah, there was. It's like that shitty hotel in Vegas.
And
The
it
bus,
was,
yeah.
And open for
Excalibur.
the band. Open for them was what was the name of that? Oh, it was Screaming Trees
Oh, that's a good
and
band.
Sonic Youth, and then it was. They had a song called Downtown. You bring me down. You bring me down. It sounded just like Creed. It was very close. I can't think of the name of the band.
Right.
Anyway, and then Creed was the headliners. 4 bands. It was a great night. But yeah, Creed was really good, really really good back then. That first album, My Own Prison, was good.
It's not good. It's
Yes.
great. I don't know how to say it, but it is. Sounds weird
Foo
now.
Fighters. Who were they? You know what they were called?
Let's see. They were Nirvana,
The Holy S's.
the holy shits. But you can't say it. And then they realized nobody's going to play this on the radio, Dave. All right, what else do we got?
Now here's a band that would make no sense at all, because when you hear the name of the band, you're going to think immediately, when you hear a band called Blood Range, what do you think you're going to be playing? Blood Range. Death metal?
I think they're going to be playing not really death metal, kind of like depressing rock, kind of like that. What was that song where it was all about dying in a car crash?
Oh, Blood Rock. Yeah, I remember. We were
Yeah.
flying along and hit something in the air. That was gross.
Yeah.
That was a spooky song.
Such a depressing
It's
song.
Green Day.
Green
Blood
Day?
Rage. Yeah, what is he? Artist.
It's terrible.
Ugh. This should be
Terrible.
easy enough.
Yep.
Golden Gate Rhythm Section.
The Golden Gate, the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know.
Journey.
I don't know. Oh, I hate
Now,
Journey.
this one you probably wouldn't know. I didn't know this at all either. The Jazziacs.
No, I
Cool
don't know
Gang.
that.
Cool Gang is so much
all
better.
right.
Now, here's some metal for you. See if you know your metal. They were once called Fallen Angels.
Fallen Angels, the Devil's Rejects. Megadeth,
Yes.
really?
Oh, here's one. I guess I could say this word. Well, I know. I can say this word, I think.
It's. Think of this as it's.
This
kind of
is not a
medical
curse.
thing.
This is
It's
not
the
a
same.
curse word anyway. This is actual word in the English language. So
It's medical. It's medical. But yeah. So who were the bastards? I don't
Same
know.
thing. One. Their name was one word, but it was a compound word. It's like what you would be if you were totally into engines. Yes.
Motorhead. Okay. So Lemmy had a secret band.
Okay, ready? The Rain.
Yep. The Rain.
Yes. This is two brothers that hate each other, and it's not the Black Crows.
It's not the. Oh,
It's
then
the other
it was. It's the Kinks.
I forgot about
Those two
that.
guys
Right.
hate each other.
I
Forget about them. They were the
that.
original. The reason the Kinks aren't super famous or as big as the Beatles is because all those two did was fight, and they got arrested so many times they couldn't come to America. They wouldn't let them in the country. They were
forgot
huge
about
in England,
that.
couldn't come to the U.S.
They
and
had
tour,
some
though.
great songs, man. The Kinks.
Oh, the Kinks. I got like 30 of their songs in my playlist. All right,
Oasis.
Who were they? Oh yeah, they did. Oh, dude, they're doing a stadium tour, and I don't go to stadium shows unless it's the Rolling
Mm-hmm.
Stones. But when Oasis comes to Florida, I'm going to see Oasis.
Just to see if they fight.
I saw them back in the 90s.
They're a good
They
band.
were fantastic. They're great live, is what people don't understand how good that band is live. And I will totally go see them.
Now, you
live.
should know this one maybe because I remember this being like a weird thing. And I remember it being like a trivia, like one of those dumb as a rock trivia questions or something back when we were doing, when you played 90s rock in with classic rock. Okay,
Right.
Mookie Blaylock.
Mookie Blaylock. That seems familiar. He is a baseball
Yes.
player. So this is this a Seattle-based band?
And someone that loves a
I
lot
should-
of baseball.
I
This
should
one
know
loves
this.
baseball.
I should
Especially
know
the lead
this.
singer. He's always at the baseball game. Actually, he comes to he likes
Well,
to go to the
wait.
Chicago Cub games.
Well, you said Seattle band, but it's the only rock guy I know who likes baseball is Geddy Lee, and I only know that because I sat next to him on a plane once, and all we talked about was baseball. He was an Expos fan. No, I don't know. Oh, Mookie Blaylock. I did know
I think,
that.
yeah.
Seems like I did know
When I
that.
seen it, I was like, I wasn't surprised at that one. That one and Naked Toddler.
Yeah.
I remembered both of those for some reason. Okay, this is a good one. Sigma 6.
They became Ligma balls. I don't know.
They were back in the early forming of the band. They were all the other bands be playing 9, 10, 11 o'clock. They were given a 3 a.m. stage time because their music was just
Right.
completely misunderstood.
Who?
And they were in England at the time. Pink
Led
Floyd.
Zeppelin. Pink Floyds. The Pink Floyds.
Sigma 6.
That's, you would think I would know that. I have the entire Pink Floyd
I don't
book
get
over
this
there.
one either. Smile.
Smile. That's a terrible movie. Scary movie.
Queen.
Yeah, because Freddie Mercury, big mouth, giant teeth,
Oh,
big
okay.
smile.
I guess that would make sense.
Yeah, now you
okay,
get it,
now I
huh?
get
Did you see the movie?
I watched a part of it, but I just couldn't stand his arrogance. Was he really that arrogant?
Dude, I mean, he's an artist.
I don't care, but he was an idiot. I don't say.
That is
I am probably
Mark-
one of the only people in the world that think Queen is way overrated.
I
And I like two
Queen,
songs
they
that
were
they do.
geniuses.
You know which ones they are?
Fat
Yeah.
Bottom Girls and We Are the
Bicycle.
Champions. Bicycle Race.
Yeah, I just
All
think
right.
it's.
You're missing out.
I don't like any of the others.
telling
I
you right
bought We Are the Champions because it was such a huge album. I think I had it. I don't know if I had it on 8-track or cassette because that's when the 8-tracks and cassettes were sharing space. But then I had that, and I wore that thing out. But it's like But as I grew up, I think radio can kill some bands for you. Like I hate
Queen. Queen.
I hate there's very few Skinner songs I like anymore.
Oh, you're
No,
kidding!
I mean the
go
old
back.
stuff, but
There
not the
are
radio
so many.
stuff, like the Freebird.
Yeah, give me a T for Texas.
Yeah.
Give me a T for Tennessee. Needle in the
Needle
Spoon. Best
yes.
heroin song anybody ever.
Ooh,
made.
that smell.
Hold on. Let's go back to Queen. Let's look at my library of songs of Queen. Let's see how many I have in here. There are 67 Queen
Wow.
songs in my library. I don't know how you don't like Death on Two Legs,
I don't know
Come
that
on.
song.
Hammer to Fall, I Want It All. I Want.
Oh,
It
I've
All.
heard that
No.
song.
That's a good song. Stone Cold Crazy. Tie Your
Oh,
Mother
that's
Down.
a good one. Tie Your Mother Down is good.
You and I, Radio Gaga, The Show Must Go On. Somebody to Love. Anybody?
Yeah, it was just I don't know.
See? It's a good song.
I just don't.
You're my best friend was a huge
Oh,
hit
I know
in the
that,
80s.
but that
That's a great song.
yeah, it's a good song, but it's like that wasn't my favorite band though.
Oh, my Play the Game, probably my
Tupac.
favorite Queen song. It's still good. Doesn't matter. Still good. I'm in Love with My Car, not sung by Freddie Mercury.
Oh, who sung that one?
Don't-
Brian May.
You don't know that song? Yeah. What's his name? What else here? Fat Bottom Girls,
I
Dragon
know
Attack.
that Bottom
No.
Girls. I know that one.
How about Body Language? Crazy Little Thing Called Love.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I
God,
tried to
I'm gonna
watch. I
stop.
started watching that thing, and I'm going,
That movie is great. It's great. I feel so bad for Freddie. Everybody used him, and nobody loved him, and he made bad choices.
Yeah,
and-
I get it, but it was like, it's like, I don't know. I couldn't sit through it. I was hard to sit through it.
Oh, I absolutely adore.
I think
that
I
movie.
walked. I didn't walk out of the
beautiful.
theater because I didn't go to the theater to watch it. But I think we were watching it on pay-per-view or something, and I said, I'm done.
There's a new Led Zeppelin movie out called Becoming Led Zeppelin. Have you heard of
Yes, it was touring around in the what do you call it? Like the.
it? In the
big
theaters, as you
yeah.
call them in Louisiana.
And
Yes.
I didn't get a
The
chance to go
IMAX.
because it was out.
No, I didn't go either. But it comes out on Netflix in the next
good.
week or two,
Yes,
so you can watch
Netflix.
it there. Assuming you're not too cheap
No, I
to
have
pay for
Netflix. I actually buy the. I paid. I got the yin yang for Netflix. I paid $30.
Big
Because all my
spender.
kids are on it.
Oh, they're all mooching
Well, yeah.
over
What
your
we do
account.
is we just have a thing. Like they are into the Amazon and Prime and all that. They like their stuff delivered immediately, and I'll wait
Right.
the week to 10 days for the free delivery. And so since they have that, I have access to their Prime account for my TV, so I pay for the other one. So we gotta all
Gotcha.
share. Like my
Gotcha.
soon to be daughter-in-law handles my Disney and Hulu channel. Yeah.
You guys got this. You got this all worked out, don't you?
So
Scamming the system.
okay, on a Friday.
Yeah.
On a
What?
Friday.
Is that a statement? Is that
On
that
a Friday
question?
is
that half a
it
sentence?
was the name of the band, but they became something else. It's two words that are pushed together as one. The guy is running around pretending like he's Willy Wonka now, hiding coins.
Willie, what are you
Oh,
talking
you haven't-
about?
yeah, that's right. You don't pay
Blink
attention to
182.
music news or anything anymore, do you?
Not really, no.
Radiohead. Tom York is actually
He's
hiding
hiding
coins
coins?
all around the all around the globe
Well, he
in
should-
different countries.
Should probably. Why don't he just make another album? Because OK Computer's the best
Well, what
album
he
of the
did
90s.
was that's true. That was really good stuff. That was crazy.
It's still
good.
great. The whole
But
every
he
song.
no, he actually I think he put out some dance music or like what is that? What's that?
Oh yeah, like
electric-
techno pop or something.
Whatever you call it, EMI or
I believe your generation calls it electric boogaloo.
yes.
Yeah, that's what he did. It's just Radiohead and his electric boogaloo dance. Get off my lawn.
Hornets attack Victor Mature.
Never heard of that.
They're a Georgia band.
the Georgia band, the Allman
And
Brothers.
it's when you're in your deep sleep.
Oh, it's the REM
Yes.
from Athens.
Hornets attack Victor
Yeah.
Mature.
Yeah, that's Michael Stipe had
That's
ideas,
art
didn't
people.
he?
That's artist people.
That they are.
Now this is a
truly
great
artists. If you
name
could
of a
just look at them.
band, and this makes sense for what they did, even though their second name is very like household famous. But their original name was
All right.
Bent Brother,
No
Twisted
idea.
Sister. It matches.
So you know that there was a meeting in some record. He's like, no, Bent Brother's not going to work. Light my cigarette for me, Hanrahan. What else do we got? Bent Brother. We got Twisted. No, I don't like brothers. Twisted Sister. You're Twisted
Yeah, you
Sister.
look like my sister, but you look twisted. You know.
Yeah. You're twisted. My sister's ugly too. So that's what you are. Twisted Sister. That's literally how that happened.
I'm ready for this one. You may know this band. Tony, Flo, and the miraculously majestic Masters of Mayhem. Boy, I couldn't have to say that fast.
How in the hell would I know that? Emerson,
No.
Lake and Palmer. I don't know.
Now, they're actually not a 90s band, but they're considered a 90s band, but they were actually around in the 80s too, but they were underground. California band.
Butthole Surfers.
Close, though. They're
I don't
red.
know. They're red.
Yes.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. That makes sense. What was it again?
Tony, Flo, and the miraculously majestic Masters of Mayhem.
Oh, that's the stupidest name. Yeah, Red Hot Chili Peppers is way
They
better.
did that. They were just people like that.
Yeah.
I think they're surprised as we are that they became famous.
My brother and I saw them when my brother was going to college in Daytona Beach in the 80s, and we saw them during spring break. And I got to see them play with, they used to call it with just socks on their
Yes.
cocks. And they did that. They literally did. We thought that was like, what are we seeing? What's going on here? It was good, though. The music, they were great live.
In
back
the
then.
80s, what time in the 80s? Is that when you were down in Florida in the 80s?
Yeah, no, I was living in Georgia. It was probably 87, 88, 89.
I was going to
That
say, I
when
wonder if why. Well, no, because spring break was gone by then. Because that underground club in Penrod's, I'm surprised they wouldn't have had somebody like that. Because they had the Butthole Surfers, they had all kinds of bands like that.
I saw a bunch of shows at Penrod. I saw Black Flag.
Yeah,
at
they
Penrod's.
had a lot of great punk bands
Yeah.
in that place, man. Dead
Yep.
Milkmen.
I saw Circle Jerks there. I just saw Dead Milk. Yeah, I that's where I first learned what slam dancing was at Penrod's.
I loved the Dead Milkmen. They just did not take themselves seriously at all, but they were serious at the same time. It was the weirdest thing is when you'd meet them and they were completely different than they were on stage.
Yeah, they were just like a couple of dudes from
Yeah. My favorite one from them was "There's a Big Lizard in My Backyard."
I play that on my
Do
Radio
you?
Hab radio
That's
station.
a great song.
Yep, I also play the thing that only eats hippies. I play Bitchin'
Bitchin'
Camaro.
Camaro, yeah.
And I play Punk Rock Girl. I play Right Wing Pigeons. And my favorite is Stuart. Do you remember
No.
Stuart? Stuart, I like you. You're not like the other kids here in the trailer park. And it's all about this like military guy yelling at this kid named Stuart the entire time.
Did you ever hear that song "You'll Dance to Anything"?
Yes, I have.
They were
love the Dead
actually
Milkmen.
gangster rap before gangster rap was gangster rap because they were really taking pot shots at every band that was out there.
Big Lizard in My Backyard came out in like 1983, 82, 83.
Yes.
They were doing that shit way before
Yes.
anybody else. I remember, I forget how I discovered them. I think I was listening to, there was a public radio station in Tampa in 1984 when I moved here that would play, they had this show called the Eider Down Turnstile.
Oh, that's the one that's at
show,
what is it? Florida, not Florida State, University of Florida.
it was no.
Tampa?
This is WMNF. No, this is
Oh, okay.
WMNF. It's a
Oh,
totally
okay.
separate. That's WUSF. WMNF is still around, and they're a fully public radio station. Our good friend, the Reverend Billy C. Wirtz, has a show on there that he comes down from Ocala to do on
really?
Fridays. He does, yes.
I miss that guy.
But MNF had this show that was on at night. I was working nights at the grocery store, so I'd take my boombox in there with me, and I would tape. I still have tapes of the Eiderdown. Up until a couple of years ago, there was a website somebody had up that had all the original recordings from those shows that they did over the course of about 3 years. And I started going through them, and I'm like, oh, I remember this band. And I'm like rediscovering all this new music that I forgot about. There was a band called Opal, O-P-A-L. They had like one album. This is like 1985 or 86. I was listening to this, and what the hell was the name of the song? It was something. It's on my train playlist. Let me see. It's a Northern Line, and I think Opal became. What the hell is it? Oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue. Now I got to Google it. The Opal, Mazzy Star. Opal became Mazzy Star.
Okay, I know Mazzy Star.
That's who it was. Yeah, they had a different singer, and then Kendra Smith was the name of the singer, and then Hope Sandoval came in, and they just changed the band, and then they got famous with "Fade Into You" with Mazzy Star. But the singer they had before Hope Sandoval, she was amazing. And you can't find this music anywhere. I had to go get it from some Russian website and download it because you just can't find that Opal album, but it's phenomenal. But I was going back, and I was listening to all these original terrible recordings of the Eiderdown Turnstiles and just hearing these three guys, talk for 10 minutes about nothing. But that was where I found out about Camper Van Beethoven back in the
they did
mid-80s.
a great job of Pictures of Matchstick Men.
Right, and but even before that, they had other albums before that song that they remade. And do you know why Camper Van Beethoven broke up? Because the lead singer hated the fiddle player, so they broke up. And Camper Van Beethoven fired the fiddle player, and they became Cracker.
How about that? I had no idea that was the same band.
You didn't know that, did you? That's the same fucking band, dude. Yes, I know. And I was listening to them in like 1986.
Wow.
And I remember when that Cracker, I'm like, well, this sounds very familiar. What is this? I need to read more about this. And I figured it out. I'm like, oh, that's the Camper Van Beethoven guys. Where's that stupid fiddle?
That's crazy, man.
Oh, yeah, there was so much. I learned that one radio show completely changed my life and expanded my musical horizons beyond the Doors and Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin.
Did you?
But that's where.
Did you ever listen to you probably couldn't get to it, maybe, or I'm not sure maybe if you did or not. But did you ever listen to Rollins College Radio over there in Orlando?
No, I never heard that. Was Henry Rollins?
No, it's just Rollins College is a small,
it's Rollins College,
school,
yeah.
But they would have these guys would get out there. They would have their own radio shows, and they would play like 6 songs in a row, and then they were just like, "Hey, then now we're going to play these 6 songs." They would just read off the titles, but they were like the most deepest stuff, like you would, and the most random stuff. That's where I first heard Public Image Limited back in the early '80s when Johnny Rotten was. Had just left not that long before, right after he left the Sex Pistols.
Well, the Sex Pistols were done in like 1978 when Sid died, but they did make the Great Rock and Roll Swindle with some leftover stuff they had laying around, and maybe a different bass player. Do you remember the Great Rock and Roll Swindle? That was their other album. That's surprisingly a good album by the Sex Pistols. That it was mostly Malcolm just being an asshole. It's a good album though. It's punk rock. I have some more band name ads if you want me to go to my phone.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Do you want to hear them? So these are bands that don't exist yet that Brian's daughter Taylor and I have been adding to. This week we've got Nasty Flan Glob.
Oh my gosh.
We have Butter Yo Shit. Kosher Mechanic. Publicly funded piracy.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one.
That's one of hers. Now, here's a group of mine. The Chronic Runts.
That's a good one too.
The Accidental Puns. The Dirtbags, which is probably a band, but I wrote it down anyway. Crate of Memories. And Daily Occurrence, those were my contributions last week. And then she had a couple more. She had Soul Food Montana, High Fidelity Throat Clearing, and Barracuda Cup.
She's sharp.
She's great, man.
Wow,
She really
she puts a lot of thought into this stuff.
She's so much smarter than the rest of us. It angers me.
Hey, do you think that if we could take a break and come back and play a Reverend Billy Seward song, you think he would be mad if we played one?
I don't think he would be mad at all.
Does he still remember you?
Of course. I talked to him, I don't know, 6 months ago. He was in town, but I wasn't able to go see him.
We used to have contact with. Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah.
I would love to play one of his so people could hear how great comedy was that you did not even have to go far to see.
Man, I wish I still had those. I may have those. I used to record his shows when he would come to the Rookery on DAT, but I think I gave them to him. I don't think I kept him.
He was so fun. He was just like, people think that like you go to, now the big trend is these piano bars with two piano, and they sing along with it. This is so much better
that's
than this.
That's been a thing, by the way. That's been a thing. Dueling pianos.
I know, but this was a lot better than that. It was more. Billy. That guy was so fun and so entertaining. It wasn't even funny.
Oh, and he was such a great dude too. Do you remember? If anybody's familiar with Mojo Nixon, he was kind of like that, but with a blues piano.
Yes.
And I think Billy's funnier than Mojo Nixon was. And I love. Have you ever listened to Mojo Nixon? UFOs and Big Rigs.
Yeah.
He's got another one. Are you drinking with me, Jesus? Which is one.
Are they on your radio station?
Oh, yeah, I play those. I play all those, yeah. Are you drinking with me, Jesus? Can you walk on this much beer is one of the lines in that song. Elvis is everywhere, not as much as football. Yeah, I play all those songs.
He made a lot of money. He's dead now, right?
Yeah, Mojo died. So they used to do. He was on the Outlaw Country radio station on Sirius XM.
Is that where they?
And that was like his station. It was like he was on there all the time.
Him and who's the other guy that used to curse all the time and get himself in trouble all the time and a lot of times get arrested on stage?
Wheeler Walker Jr.
Country guy. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he had some songs that could never make it to radio, and he was country.
That's Wheeler Walker.
Yeah, how was it him? Yeah.
You should go look up Wheeler Walker Jr. You want to see some songs.
That big, it used to be like a Kmart, became a big country club, and he would play in Fort Myers and always get in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd never been to many country shows. Those people never seemed to like me and my long hair, even back in the day.
That's a separate event.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's play a Reverend Billy song, and after we take a break, and we'll go out on that. Play Brenda, that interplanetary truck driving lesbian named Brenda. That was always one of my favorites that he would come in. He would play in the studio for us.
That's right. I forgot about that. He would plug his piano in and play live.
Yeah, he would bring his piano. We'd plug him right into the board, and it was
man,
so much fun, man. That guy was great.
I miss that stuff. That was just you couldn't pay for that kind of entertainment. You really could.
I really need to go see him. He plays down here in Sarasota once in a while too. I just got to pay more attention to him and go and say, "Hey, remember me?"
Has he seen you since you made the switch?
But he knows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we've talked on the phone. I've got his phone number in my it's right here on my phone. He lives in Ocala.
Honestly, I would know who you were anyway. I mean, you haven't changed much. You really haven't.
No, I'm still the same, just older and have a little steroids in me right now. And speaking of which, it's time to eat. I got to run. I'm hungry.
All right, so we're going to have to end our momentary phone call of friendship. Mandatory.
Mandatory phone call of friendship.
Mandatory phone call of friendship.
I'm going to have ChatGPT make a new logo for this, or maybe even a temporary logo. Yeah. I don't know. Can you upload it to the playground? Is that going to fuck?
No, I
everything
can't do it to the
up?
playground, but I can for the other though.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna get to work on that. All right, Mark. Have a good week, and hopefully by next week I'll be a little more sane. But I can't.
I'm sure some good stories
anything.
for you next week because I'm heading to Houston tomorrow, and then over to San Antonio over the weekend, and back to Houston.
Whoa, dude, what are you hitting strip clubs? What are you doing?
I'm just going to Houston for fun tomorrow. And then we're going to...
No one goes to Houston
and then
for
San
fun.
Antonio to visit my in-laws.
Hold on, what is there fun to do in Houston?
Tons of stuff. It's a big city, man. It's huge.
Yeah, it's a big, gross city.
Downtown,
all I know about Houston is, you got all these black guys that are driving around with these giant pegs on their Cadillacs that stick 3 feet out of their hubcaps. That's all I know about Houston. That's why we never go there.
We go to art galleries, and we go to the zoo, and we do planetariums. And
what is in the Houston, the Gallery of Art of Houston? What's in there? Like barbecue? What is Houston known for? Houston's not. It's one of the biggest cities in the country that is not famous for anything.
It's the 4th largest city in the country.
Yeah, I know. It's also the most polluted.
Actually, we're going there because we don't want to go all the way to Austin in one trip because it's like a 9-hour ride, and we'd like to stop early.
It's 9 hours. We can't go that far.
We're stopping on the way back because we're going to go see orchestral maneuvers in the dark.
That's OMD to everybody abbreviating at home.
Looking forward to that, man.
I like how you're.
I love that band.
My boss was texting me last night. He went to some oldies show that you would like, and Rick Springfield liked his post.
Oh, it's
today.
the 80s.
Yes, it was Rick Springfield and
who was it? It's Wang Chung and somebody else.
He said Wang Chung was fantastic.
I want to think Wang Chung was in the 90s though, wasn't it? Everybody Have Fun Tonight.
No, that was Everybody Have Fun. No, that was the 80s. I
could have sworn that was early 90s. I thought I played that in radio. Well, that might have been a recurrent.
Yeah, he texted me and my friend John. He's like, "All right, I just saw a 76-year-old fart play for almost an hour and a half. I want to know what kind of drugs that are out there that I haven't found yet." John Waite was there.
That's right. That's right. I saw John Waite on the cruise. He was good. He's still really good. That guy's got a great voice.
Yeah, I told him that these guys are all drinking baby's blood to stay young and keep playing like that. That's really
actually Rick, whatever his name is there. He's Rick Springfield. He's still as handsome as he was when he was on General Hospital.
He is 76 years old and not as handsome as he was. He's close. He looks pretty good.
76-year-old.
He sent us a picture in the group chat, and I was like, "Fuck, man, he does look pretty good. Look at this guy. How's he? That's 70. I'll be dead when I'm 76.
And who wrote his song, by the way?
Jesse's
who wrote
Girl?
That?
I don't know. No. Prince?
Pat Benatar's husband. What's his name?
Mr.
Gerardo?
Mr. Benatar?
Is that his name, right? Guitar player?
I don't remember. No kidding. I did not know
that. He wrote a lot
that.
of hooky songs.
Now, I know that after watching, what was it? What was the documentary Dave Grohl made about Sound City? That Rick Springfield screwed over the guy at the Sound City recording studio who made him famous. And Rick, to this day, they interviewed Rick about that. And he's like, yeah, I mean, the guy died and I never got to apologize to him or make amends. And I feel bad for what I did. And I know what I did to him. And he knows what he did. But he does feel bad about it, but now he's still out there making money. Good for him. Good for you, Rick Springfield. It's a tough business.
That's called virtual signaling. What you're supposed to do is write a big fat check to the next in kin.
Yeah, I'm sure he went that
far. All right.
Reverend Billy, coming up next. Right. See you next week. Forced, what is it, friend?
Forced Friendship.
What is it? Forced Friendship Podcast. Right. Is that what it is?
It could be.
Am I changing things again?
No. It's getting funnier.
Sounds like me. All right. I'm out. I'm turning this off. Done listening. You see why I don't listen to this podcast, whatever the hell it's called. I'm why.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
My car broke down in Alabama and it left me in one awful jam, and I got out on the highway to throw my ride. All of a sudden, it was just my luck. I heard the air brakes of a big old truck. That driver pulled over and I ran up and I jumped inside. Brother, I know I'll never forget that night when my eyes beheld the unearthly sight of the alien critter scrunched down behind the wheel. It had one big eye and skin like clay and 5 tentacles waved when it went hi, and I had no clue as to the gender. Had a voice just like the farmer's daughter, a purple flat top like Sergeant Carter, was a big and scary interplanetary truck driving lesbian by the name of Brenda. It smiled and said, I'm willing to bet of all the places you've been, this ain't happened yet. And I said, well, you got that right, but it ain't no big thing. She said, let me get this straight between us. I'm a big mother trucker from the planet Venus, and I'm down here on Earth to get some tapes of K.D. Lang. I smiled and thought, what a relief, because I'd already gotten in touch with my grief at the thought of being a slave on a non-male-oriented planet. She was saying KD's our favorite singer when this jerk cut us off, and he gave her the finger, and she reached out a tentacle and popped off his back fender. That little redneck jerk had been trying to tease us right there on the spot, gave up his life for Jesus when he got an eyeball on my big and scary interplanetary truck driving lesbian buddy named Brenda. She huffed and said, I didn't mean to be rude, and let's go get a little earthling food. We pulled up on the exit at a place called Darlene's Truck Stop. I thought to myself when we hit that door, boy, I wonder if any Venusians have been in here before, but I forgot all about it when I saw Katie's tapes in the gift shop. We sat down in the nearest booth, and I'm feeling a little nervous to tell you the truth, because Brenda kept reading the menu upside down. She said, give me a bowl of raw bacon fat, but then the waitress smirked, you want grits with that? And the whole place laughed, and I said, I'm going to have to defend her. This fat guy yells, I ain't never seen the like, and then a scrawny one hollers, it's a Star Trek dyke, and my big and scary interplanetary about to be severely pissed off, but it ain't Brenda. This guy named Dwayne cut loose with a whistle and nailed Brenda in the head with a hush puppy missile, and I stood up and said, y'all are some real ignorant sons of bitches. Brenda jumped up about the speed of warp 10, said, you want to play games, little earthling men, and proceeded to push the Sinead O'Connor death ray belt buckle around her britches. The fat guy disintegrated, she started giggling, and the scrawny one levitated and hung there wiggling, and Dwayne's hot dog was reduced to a little bitty cinder. And I grabbed those tapes of K.D. Lang, and she leveled that salad bar with a big bang. My big and scary interplanetary ought not have been with buddy named Brenda. We got back to the truck and just in case put an energy force field around the place, and nobody would be stopping at Darlene's anymore. Just for a little bitty joke between us, she teleported them right next to the planet Venus and forced them to work as clerks in the alternative bookstore. She looked at me and with a tear in her eye said, my mission is up, little earthling guy, but if you get up to Venus, stop in and see me and visit. I got all choked up when I said 10-4 and jumped out and slammed that semi-door, and I could hear her singing 4 bars of Return to Sender. You know, brother, every now and then I look up in the sky and think of them tentacles and that one big eye and wonder about them little rednecks up there working at that bookstore, probably just wishing to hell Dwayne hadn't thrown that hush puppy. And my big and scary interplanetary truck driving lesbian buddy named Brenda. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, buddy.
Erica and Mark, the phone call.